Hey, Bill Caskey here, back Caskey Live. Welcome. For those of you who this is your first maiden voyage on this journey, we go live every day at 8:30. My name is Bill Caskey. If you don't know me, I have the Advanced Selling Podcast, Bill Caskey Podcast, YouTube channel, and I work with business-to-business sales teams every day and have for 25 years, helping them to skill up, build their skills, leverage their assets, and grow their business. And there are a lot of different tacks we take. And today I want to talk about this whole idea of commanding a premium. We talked about it yesterday, and I've decided to do this in 3 or 4 parts. So yesterday was part 1. I'll do a quick review here. Today's part 2, and we'll just go through 3 more things. I've got 10 things altogether that I think you can implement to radically improve the ease with which you command a premium in the marketplace. So we're going to do that. Before we start, I want to tell you today's broadcast transmission brought to you by Million Dollar Seller. It's our 12-week coaching experience. If you have not checked it out, go to billcaskey.com/million dollar seller. It's for people who want to scale their income without burning themselves out. How's that? So if you are interested in that, I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. In fact, I'll go through an example of what I did in that program that I'd like for you to go through as well. So today I want to do a quick review of yesterday. We talked about 3 things yesterday. One is the mindset of detachment. When we enter any kind of negotiation from a mindset of detachment, we are freer. Number 2, mindset of intention. What's our intent? Is it to sell something? Is it to make a lot of money for ourselves? Or is the customer intention in there anywhere? And number 3, the buyer-seller dance. If we want to command a premium price in the marketplace, we have to understand there is a dance going on. And I want to control the dance without being controlling of the buyer. I want to control the dance without being controlling of the buyer. And there's a way to do that. We talked about that yesterday. If you haven't checked that video out, make sure you do. Okay, so today we're going to talk about this idea of how to command a premium price. And we're going to go into a little bit more detail here. Here are the next 3 things we're going to talk about. Marketing and engagement. So the 4th thing that you want to do if you want to command a premium is get crystal clear on your marketing and how it engages people in it. Email blasts are not engaging. I know you think they are. I know the marketing department, whenever there's we got to communicate with our customers. Well, let's do a blast. An email, just think about what you're saying there. We're going to blast something at people. We're going to shoot at them, and hopefully we're going to hit some. Is that how we think about that? Yes, that's how marketing thinks about that. Not all marketing people. If you're a marketing person, VP, forgive me if you think I'm talking about you, I'm not. But if you're using the word email blast, I might be talking about you. So no more email blast. Let's do something that's engaging. Maybe we run a poll. Maybe we seek to understand what our customer is struggling with. Maybe we do a panel discussion of Q&A with somebody from our company where we can get information from our customer. We did a webinar here a couple of weeks ago now, and we asked people a simple question. What's the biggest struggle you have in the area of X? And we got awesome response. In fact, I'm going to be going through some of these next week, some of the responses I got, and questions, and then how I would answer them. So there's all different ways to engage people, but it's so much more engaging when you ask them and you have a conversation versus a one-way monologue where you're email blasting or talking at people. So if you have a comment, let me know if you're on today. This is good. We're on YouTube. I think we're on YouTube today. It looked like there was a problem with the Wi-Fi in YouTube, but I know we're on LinkedIn. So that's number 1 is I want to make sure that I am engaging. My marketing is the task of marketing is to engage people. It is not to scream at them or blast at them. So think about that. In fact, whenever you shoot a LinkedIn video, I try to do this. I sometimes forget. I'm guilty of this, not doing this, but generally I like to say, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think? In fact, I would ask you, what do you think of this LinkedIn, of this topic? Do you like this topic? Do you want to hear more about this topic? Is this topic despicable to you? But I want to engage people. I just find that most organizations don't do that. There's not an engaging bone in their body. Now, when the salesperson shows up, of course you're engaging, of course. But marketing and the marketing process should be engaging. So that's number 4. Generally, number 1 today is, if you want to command a premium in the market, make sure your marketing is engaging. And if it's not, fix it. Number 2 or number 5, a premium process. Most sales processes are all about shoving the prospect through it until they buy. The sales process should be premium in nature and valuable for the prospective client. Do I sound like I'm reading an ad? There must be something in it for them. If not, then it's optional for them to follow. And, whenever a company comes to me and says, hey, we want you to come in and work with our people, one of the first things, about 5 or 6 things that I want to know up front. Number 1, I want to know, what's the process? What is your process? Do you have one? Do you follow it? Do you use it? And what is it? 99% of the time, there's absolutely nothing in it for the prospect. So here's another way to define premium process. Could you charge for it? Could you charge for your sales process? Now, you might say, well, that's absurd. Why would I charge or go have a meeting or 2 with somebody? Well, maybe that's the problem. Maybe there's not a premium bone in that body of the sales process. Should there be? I think there should. I occasionally, when a company comes to me and says, hey, I want you to come in and work with our team, sometimes I will do an assessment. And most of the time I will charge a little bit for that when it's rigorous. And sometimes I'll do an assessment where I won't charge for it because it doesn't take a lot of time. It might be an hour. I might talk to 2 or 3 salespeople. And I want to tell you something that I'm thinking about doing. I want to get your opinion on. But it's got to be premium in nature. If you want to command a premium for your solution, then you need to be commanding a premium in the sales process. And most are not. You have to ask yourself the question. I can't detect that. Is yours a premium process? Could you charge for it? Could you just as easily charge? I'm not talking about $1 million. I'm talking about $1,500, $5,000. Could you charge for the process? If you can, and you can look somebody in the eye and say, oh no, this is worth that, then you have a premium process. So what are the elements of a premium process? Number 1, you can charge for it. Even though you may not, you could. Number 2, there's got to be some sort of output from it. The customer has to get something, whether it's a report. And I'll give you an example of one thing that we're going to be doing. If you're a VP of sales and we connect with you on LinkedIn, I will probably send you a book. I'm not going to share with you what that book is, but I'll send you a book. I'll ask you if you want a book. You'll say yes, and you'll get a book. And then I will invite you to a webinar or to a masterclass where we talk about how to implement the content of this book in your sales team. At the end of that time, I will ask you if you want to book a call with me. And when you book a call, we send you an assessment that you can do on your sales team. And then I will share with you a report on that call of exactly how I would go about training your people. So far, no money changes hands, no money. But my question to you is, if I'm looking to generate $100,000 or $200,000 deals from companies, is that a premium process? Yeah. You talk to me you get a book, you get a little bit more interpretation, you get a call with me. You may not think that's much, but I will ask you questions that you haven't been asked before. Then you will get a report, you will get an assessment, and then you will fill that out. It'll take 20, 30 minutes, and you'll get a report that I will go over with you on a call. So now you don't have to use me. You don't have to use me at all. In fact, I can't take all the clients. I can only take 4 or 5 at one time. So chances are, if we send this book out to 500 people, there's going to be more than enough people there who say, okay, I want to talk to you about this. I want to implement this in my company. So what we're going to have to figure out is, can you do it on your own? Is there a way we can help you do it? Kind of not a done for you, but a done with you. But the point there is that a premium process? By the time they get this report, 2 or 3 page report, and I will go through, here's what I would do first, here's what I would do second, You can use me. Here's what the cost is. You cannot use me. You can do something on your own. You can find somebody else. That's what I mean by a premium process. Do you have something like that? So when you think about, and I know the pushback I get here is, well, geez, that's a lot of work. Well, it's part of the marketing cost. I can either run ads and spend $25,000 to run ads to get a $100,000 client, or I can do this for complimentary for free and maybe give up a couple $1,000s of time, but I will close a high percentage of those people for whom I've done the assessment. And you will too. I know I've got, I don't know if he's on today, but I've got some people from Denver who do this, and it's awesome. And I don't know what his numbers are like today. I know Mike B, we'll call him Mike B, used to generate a lot of money, a lot of clients from this process of assessment. So that's number two. Number two is make sure your process is premium. Make sure your process is premium. Number four, or number six. Number three today. Number three in your heart. Number six on the uniform. Number six is the legitimate assessment, which kind of fits with premium process. You don't have to have an assessment here. It doesn't have to be a formal assessment, but when I say legitimate assessment, I mean where you actually go in and ask questions. Maybe you analyze data. Maybe you talk to other people inside the company to find out their perspectives. Maybe you talk to a CEO or HR or somebody around, because so the idea of legitimate means you're actually doing the work. You're not just pitching people when you talk to them inside the company. You're actually asking, what's going on? What's the problem? What are you trying to accomplish? What's not working? How can I help? What would you like me to do? All those questions. That's a legitimate assessment. It's only a legitimate assessment, though, if it results in some sort of document. It could even be a Google Doc. It could be a 2 or 3 page Google Doc. That could be, that's a legitimate assessment. You go through the process and then share that with them. So today we talked about make sure your marketing is engaging, because remember, we're looking to position our solution in the mind of the customer in a form that would command a premium from them. If everything about your sales process is less than premium, it's going to be hard for you to command a premium. I'm not talking about rebranding. I'm not talking about Photoshop. You know what I mean. Just is it buttoned up? Is it buttoned up? Is your web page buttoned up? Is it easy is it easy to engage you? That's part of the marketing and engagement too. Is, do you have a way for people to get something, to get access from something, for something from you? Like we've got the $1 Million Seller Checklist. We've got 5 reasonsclients.com. We've got all sorts of ways that you can raise your hand, get something of value, and then we capture your email address, and then we don't blast. We send you valuable insight, information, and invite you to webinars. So I hope that has helped you. We'll talk tomorrow about numbers 7, 8, 9, and maybe do 10 tomorrow as well. Friday, I've got a special episode. We're going to be talking about the fear of success. And it's something that I've been thinking about for many years. And I finally have figured out a way to communicate it to the world, because I think that it's not fear of failure that stops us. It's fear of success. So we're going to talk about that on Friday, and might be a 20-minute live on Friday, but make sure that you ask your friends and neighbors to come on Friday. Once again, brought to you by $1 Million Seller. How do I scale my business, my income, without burning myself out? You know how you do it? You do it by leveraging the assets that you have built. And you have built assets you don't even know what they are. And until you know what they are, hard to leverage them. And that's what the $1 Million Seller course does, is helps you leverage that to grow your business. It's not sales training. It's not sales training at all. So if you're looking for sales training, this ain't it. It's just not. If you're looking for, well, how do I ask a question in the right way? It's not it. It's higher level, much higher level. And the tuition is $297 for 12 weeks. There's coaching, and there's also digital assets as well. So I will see you tomorrow. I want to hear from you. Comment, leave a comment. Tell me what you learned today. Tell me how you're going to use this. Some of these things are not super easy to deploy. When you talk about marketing and engagement, you might have to build a thing or two there, but let me know how you do. Cool. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye.